years of torment to change my fate. And for my efforts, the sisters shine their light upon me, delivering the very object of my vengeance, Kratos.
Welcome everyone. Today we will talk about the Barbarian Hammer. It is a slow but powerful close melee weapon that appears in the God of War series of video games. It is a massive, blooded, and spiked hammer that is capable of causing significant damage to enemies. The hammer also has the ability to summon cursed souls from the underworld, which can be used to attack enemies. The Barbarian Hammer was originally wielded by Alrik, the leader of the barbarian army and an old enemy of Kratos. Alrik was chosen by the god Hades as his champion in a contest to capture the healing elixir known as ambrosia. In his quest for the ambrosia, Alrik encountered Kratos and his Spartan army, who were also searching for the elixir. The two warriors engaged in a fierce battle, with Alrik using the head of a defeated opponent to command a large army of rocks to attack the Spartans. Kratos managed to defeat the rocks and caught up with Alrik, engaging him in a one-on-one fight for the ambrosia. During the struggle, Kratos used the head of his defeated opponent to command more rocks to attack Alrik, ultimately allowing Kratos to fly away on a rock with the ambrosia in hand, leaving Alrik to his fate. After this defeat, Alrik vowed revenge on Kratos and led his barbarian army in an attack on the Spartans.
The youngest and boldest captain in the Spartan army, Kratos inspired fierce loyalty in his men. It had always been enough to carry them through any battle, until this day. The barbarians to the east numbered in the thousands, and descended on the Spartans without mercy. The battle lasted near hours.
Despite their superior combat skills, the Spartans were outnumbered by the barbarians and were being slaughtered on the battlefield.
The discipline and training of the Spartans did little to stem the tide of the merciless barbarians. The soldiers faced a massacre, while their young captain faced the end of his brilliant career.
Kratos, who was also fighting Alrik in this battle, was no match for the barbarian king's strength and was on the verge of defeat when he called upon Aares, the god of war.
Aares! Destroy my enemies, and my life is yours.
With Ares' intervention, the barbarians were defeated and Alrik was killed by Kratos, who decapitated him with the blades of chaos.
Descending from Olympus, he saw the makings of a god in a mere mortal. Ares would save Kratos. He would turn him into the perfect warrior, his servant on Earth. Only a simple pledge of loyalty was required.
My life is yours, Ares. From this day, I shall carry forth your will.
And his fate was sealed. As promised, Ares rescued his new disciple, bringing forth the power of a god, destroying those who would slaughter Kratos and his men. As for Kratos, no mere sword and shield would befit the newest servant of the god of war. The blades of chaos, forged in the foulest depths of Hades. Once attached, the chains remained so, chained and seared to the flesh, a part of the bearer's body, a permanent reminder of Kratos' pledge. In return, ultimate power. The rage of Ares exploded from within. But soon, he would learn the true cost of such power. A cost too high even for Kratos to pay.
By the gods, what have I become?
Despite his defeat, Alrik managed to rise from the underworld and return to life, though he was altered by the fires of Hades and gained magical abilities. He journeyed to the island of creation in an attempt to change his fate and seek revenge against Kratos once again. However, during his crossing through the Bog of the Forgotten, he encountered Kratos again and dragged him through the bog. The two faced off on a platform in the middle of the bog, with Alrik using his magical powers to transform into a giant creature. Despite his transformation, Alrik was ultimately defeated by Kratos and killed once more.
By the gods, it is true. I have fought my way through the guardians of Hades and crawled my way out of the fires of torment to change my fate. And for my efforts, the sisters shine their light upon me, delivering the very object of my vengeance, Kratos. The servant of Aares. Do you remember that day, Spartan?
I will never forget that day.
This time, Ghost of Sparta, I will have your head.
In God of War 2, the Barbarian Hammer is one of the most powerful melee weapons in the game, alongside the Blade of Olympus. It is useful in tight spots where there are many enemies, as it can take out multiple foes with a single blow. It is also effective against enemies that are petrified, as the hammer's powerful strikes can shatter them easily. By leveling up the hammer, a player can increase its damage power and gain new abilities for it. Kratos ultimately defeated Alrik and took the hammer for himself, using it as his primary weapon for much of God of War 2. In God of War Ascension, the Barbarian Hammer is an unlockable weapon that can be obtained by performing a brutal kill on at least 10 opponents. It is slightly redesigned and is smaller than in previous games. The Barbarian Hammer is also used by Kratos in the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale game. It is unclear what happened to the Barbarian Hammer after the events of God of War 2. It is possible that Kratos continued to wield it in future adventures, or that he discarded it in favor of another weapon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as it really helps us grow. We upload videos like this regularly on the channel. Click that notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos and releases.